Welcome back to our channel, everybody.
Hi guys.
How are you doing? I hope your week was great,
How's lockdown?
productive, and all the happy things to think. So the other day, I was coming back, maybe the day before yesterday, if not yesterday, I was coming back from work, from Asasa, and I drove past one of the guys that was the driver, but then the owner of the company's son. He was the driver of the truck, the ice truck, on my very first job.
Wow.
And then like that like made me like think like maybe we should talk about like our first jobs, because obviously like people like see me now, but then like don't know what the story behind that is, and see you who you are now, and
they
then
don't know like where did it start?
where did it start and where did it come from. Funny enough, we actually have quite similar stories from high school, fresh out of high school.
So like both of us didn't get our results. I got mine like in 2 years later, but after that it was irrelevant.
It's pointless.
But so much had happened already. Let's start with your story.
I still haven't gotten mine. I really don't. Do you know why? Do you know why though?
Why?
Because I realized like it's not that important. Like I don't know. Like if you like they are important if you are trying to do something that is very conventional.
Something that's more academic.
That's very exactly and traditional. But really and truly, I think that if it's a creative path you want to take, those things don't matter, bro. It really like they matter very little, like very very little. So anyway, so it was 2009, fresh out of that was the year I wrote, and then my Olevels, and then like obviously didn't get to collect them because like everything was quite difficult at the time because like finances and all that, that's when US dollar was pulling in, and then but like now the amount that was old and what it is now, it's nothing. Like I could go collect. In fact, let's do this. I'm also probably gonna collect them and I'm gonna show you. Then we will see them together. How about that?
That would be cool.
That would be cool, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. So actually that would be so dope. So anyway, so 2009. So I finished my O-levels, then going into 2010. Now it's supposed to be things. So now everyone is like excited and asking each other like, so what are you going to do after school?
What combination are you doing? Oh, is this after school?
No, like what? No, not after school. No. The uni conversation was happening, but that was after O-levels. But then obviously you don't go to uni after O-levels. But then like the other conversation was, what combination are you going to pick?
Yes.
And are you coming back? And if you don't come back, where are you gonna go? Blah 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 blah. And then like most people would take a gap year. That's where that thing came from. And I'm still on my gap year. 10 years down the line. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So this whole thing happens. Now obviously like I try get like my mom and my dad, they try and put me on these random courses. Like I remember like my mom was like, I think diamond cutting or some shit like that.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted nothing to do with it. Like literally, I wanted nothing to do with
nope,
it.
It's not for me.
I was like, no, I don't think that I like that. I like that it's, but that's always a statement.
Yeah.
That's always a statement.
And then you feel like, okay, I should do this
because there's money in it. Like people usually choose their careers based on the financial gain like they get from it. So anyway, so like that happens. And I was like, nah, I'm cool, thanks. And then for some reason, like we used to hang out, like me and my homies, I'm not gonna say their names, but we grew up in Hillside, Braeside area, and we used to hang out at this dude's house all the time. But they used to like do the weed and stuff, and that was not my thing. But that was not my thing. I was never that guy because I was so scared to fail.
Okay.
If that makes any sense. So so I was so scared to fail in life. So like I was like, I used to be there, and I used to be the asshole in the group that used to do one of these. Yons are just gonna yons are like literally wasting your lives doing this whole thing. And I remember like, so then I started working. Then I went to I asked one of my boys, like he was younger than me, like he was a year younger than me. Then I asked like, hey man, would your mom be keen for me to go and pack ice for her, blah 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 blah. She had an ice company.
Okay.
So like I started off packing ice, just literally shoving ice, and like I think it would take about a couple of scoops, finish the thing, line them up, about 30 of them, line them up, and then put them on this like heat press thing.
So
to seal them.
How many days a week were you going in?
5 days or 6. So like on a Monday to Friday, it was like $5 a day.
Wow.
Not an hour, bro.
A day.
A full day. So it was $5 a day, and I'm like, and to me, I was like, well, I'm not gonna make that $5 sitting at home.
Yeah.
Does that make any sense? Like, you're not going to
Nala's over here
doing the most
a concert of her own.
Exactly. So I was like, no, bro. Like, I'm not gonna just sit back and let life pass me by. Let me just try this. And I learned that doing that job, like we used to deliver ice at like places like Fishmonger, like where else? Like the Chicken Inns and all these places.
Yeah.
In supermarkets and all that stuff. And I remember I used to be so embarrassed because you're wearing like these overalls and all your homies are cool.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're going to hang out at like a food court or whatever.
Wow.
But you pull up to deliver ice.
And how old were you at this point?
18. I just turned 18, or 17, going for 18 or 18, somewhere about there, like somewhere around there. Okay. So it was quite embarrassing at the time. Obviously, like I was young, I didn't realize like there's nothing embarrassing about actually hustling. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So but then I knew that I didn't want to hang out with them because like even if I hung out with them, they had parents that would give them money to go out. Do you know what I mean? So obviously I would feel like I can't just ask my parents. They have already enough 4 kids in the house, blah blah blah. They have like enough to deal with at the moment. And I remember I used to have a back and forth with my dad. Like we used to argue all the time, or not argue per se, because I still used to live in his house, so I couldn't argue with him, or like, do you know what I mean? Like, or like make my point clear that I didn't want to do the things that he wanted me to do at the time, because I thought it was the least productive thing to do with my day. Yeah. Was the things that he asked me to do. So obviously, like I got in trouble quite a lot. But until I found that job, the ice scooping job, I think that kind of made him step back a little bit, because like now I became responsible for my own, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? Like I'm doing something with my day. I'm not just like leaving the house, going to judge my boys smoking weed and then coming back home, but I'm hanging out with these guys. But then my mom or my dad is saying like, what the hell did you do today, sort of thing. So it's like almost like you don't want a docile mind that's just sitting at home, because you're bound to get into trouble. So but I avoided trouble, and that was like my 18, 19 kind of, like 18 actually, more 18. But in the meantime, I was still I was dancing whilst all this was happening. So we were doing the crews and stuff, and I was in a crew called Jargon. And this crew was kind of getting mad at me because I couldn't make it a practice because I'm at work. Do you know what I mean? Like, so it was kind of like a balancing act. We're not getting paid to dance, unless we got like a random gig here and there. Like, but like, we got like paid like $5 each for dancing for, I don't know, I think for like 2 minutes. But it was atrocious. It was terrible. It was unbelievably bad. It was like really bad. I think we should have paid them to showcase. Like legit, that's how bad it was. But you know what? Like it was pretty cool. And then like eventually I left Jargon to go to Swisher House, which was like the crew that like I ended up moving to, which I grew a friendship that like it's still alive to this day with one of my boys, Marlon. So yeah, what is your like fresh out of school like?
So my fresh out of school was after I was 16, just like you.
Yeah. And
I didn't have my results, but I had this one uncle, and he said like if you get into ZIWA, which is the Zimbabwe Institute of Digital Arts, owned by Saki Mafundikwa. He went to Yale, then like he came back, and this was like his baby. You know, like reaching out, helping the community out, giving graphic design and stuff to people. In Zim.
Was there no graphic design around at the time?
There was, but then like no program as
good
advanced or as good as ZIWA in Zim locally.
Right.
So yeah, I got into the school, and just 2 years for the qualification. So I managed to do a year. Then the year afterwards, there were problems with fees, you know. So like I don't have my O-level results.
It legitimately just sounds like that was the story at the time. Hey?
Yeah, you know. So like I don't have my O-level results, and now I've started this graphic design new media course that I'm doing, and I can't even finish it as well because of fees again. So then I was left with this like defeated feeling And I'll never forget my one friend Rua. She was like, you should come with me to church one of the nights. And I went with her, and she was, that time I think she was an upper 6 or lower 6. Then I met this lady. Her name's Dustine Smith. If you go to River of Life Eastleigh, you'll know her. And Dustine Smith, or Dusty. And she said how she stayed like in, I can't tell you the road, but like basically it turns out we're neighbors. And she asked me like, what's your life story, like what's going on. I told her everything, and how art is something I'm passionate about. So she told me how she actually did art lessons for kids.
Nice.
So she did them on Wednesdays, and she'd actually call me over to her house. I'd help her, assist her with the lesson, and she'd give me $5 a week for that one lesson.
Oh, okay.
$5 a week.
A day.
A day, but then I only went one day. Some weeks I'd go 2 days because she needed help, like understanding programs, but
still pay you that $5.
Yeah, but I could tell, like, she just did it sometimes just to help me out. And it made a difference at $5 because it really helped, like with toiletries or with airtime, like little things.
But you know what, like, and I think like this is, don't get us wrong, guys, like these stories are not about like trying to like say how we did not have anything, blah 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 blah, and like how if you were in Zim in 2008-9, I promise you, bro, like it was not easy.
It wasn't.
It wasn't easy.
It
like
really wasn't.
Like, and I can imagine like, and for me, it became the normal. Like we would just like get on with it. I got on with it personally. Like
I noticed this thing, like even like with relatives, with parents, or people you see around. The moment you let the situation in Zim overwhelm you, the moment you stop and you just wallow in it, that's when like you get kind of stuck and you can't move forward. You get in a rut, so
I think I have massive respect for my parents for carrying on. Do you know what I mean? Like not once do we not have food at home or any of that. Do you know what I mean? Like obviously, like you're trying to make good of the cards you're dealt, and you don't have these like when a bad situation happens in a place, like usually there are people that make the most money at that time.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
People who profit
off that like chaos.
They
make money in chaos. Like, but once there's order,
things now
just drop. So some like that do the straight and narrow path, whatever. Like they're the ones that always take the worst out of a situation like this, like, do you know what I mean? Like a Zimbabwean sort of situation. So you fast forward, like how did I end up getting into dancing? Like, so like now I think I did about close to a year, because I remember I did a winter doing this job. Guys, I used to hate this thing, man.
Cold.
I used to hate it, bro. Like you get there, I wake up so early, and like I used to see the pride in my mom's eyes. Like when I woke up in the morning and be like, I'm going to work, blah blah blah. She'd be so chuffed, and like I think that kept me like really going. Do you know what I mean? Because I was like, dude, like at least this woman is smiling about something that I'm doing that's positive and productive. You know, like, and to me it was always the thing, like, hey man, like just don't disappoint her. Like whatever happens, I don't like dudes like in their moms, like it's always like that. And I think it's, and some girls in their moms, and in fact anyone in their mom, to be honest, like it's like that. The relationship is like that. You're trying to make them proud. Make them proud, because like there's that emotional bond, because your dad is busy trying to provide. So for you to connect with him is quite not rare, but like it's not as seamless. Personally, if I'm speaking from my experience, like it was not as seamless, because like obviously like you'd come back late and he's got like this that he's up, like, do you know what I mean, like his work would keep him there, whatever, and some random conversations you'd have with your mom, like instead of your dad. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, you fast forward, I fast forward like how I ended up stopping the ice job. So I meet Delroy Frank is like still one of my best friends to this day. So it's Marlon, Delroy, Michelle. But then like all three of them, there's like stages and there's crossover stages. So I became like really close with Marlon first, and then Marlon and Delroy did not get on at all. Like at the time, like I don't know, sorry boys, but like it is what it is. That's exactly what it was. So Marlon and Delroy did not get on. I had a fight with Marlon. I stopped being homies with him. Still, I loved him like a brother, but like, you know, siblings fight.
Yeah.
So we're fighting, and then I go for a haircut, and I bump into Delroy at Red. Red is a barber, like everyone gets their haircut from Red. So like I'm at Red, and then like so now it was like a week out of like Swish House. So like remember I spoke about Swish House a little bit. So a week out of it, I get to the barber. I see this like oh my god, I know this dude, man. I know this dude. And I remember Marlon saying something to the effect that like, man, I don't trust that dude for nothing. So then I'm there, I'm like, interesting. Hey, what's up? We started talking about dancing. I was like, what dancing do you do? And he's like, ballroom and Latin. I was like, what the hell is that? That's what I'm thinking. Ballroom and Latin, what the hell? And then he was like, yeah, like I do this and this and this and this. And he started telling me numbers that I could not believe. He told me that he had a show that he did, like that he incorporated hip hop, blah, blah, blah. And he'd like, do you know what I mean? Like that conversation went down. And whilst we were getting our haircuts, well, I was waiting my turn, but it literally just flowed into this conversation. And then the most baller thing he did one of these, like, hey, Red, so my haircut, his haircut is on me. I was like, say what? That was some pimping, dog. I had not that much money. I had literally my one haircut money, and that was it. So he paid for this haircut, and he was like, hey, dude, like, let's meet up tomorrow. Let's have a chat, whatever. You can pull up to my house. I was like, that sounds good. That sounds good to me, because the numbers that you're talking about, I've never heard of them when dancing.
Yeah.
So I start hanging out with Delroy, obviously like 2 weeks in or a week in, and I'm with him in Ryan's car. And then Andrew Mama, who's the owner of Amanzi, like calls to, so at the time I'm still working for the ice company.
Yeah.
I'm still doing ice. So Andrew Mama calls Delroy. Yeah. Hey, I don't know if him directly calls, but like his daughter was having a grade 7 party, or is it 13, 12? Whatever birthday that is, 13, like, a 13th birthday at the house. So now he's like, they were looking for a dance teacher, like a hip hop teacher, because they were having a hip hop party. Oh, nice. I never taught in my life. Never taught in my life. And this dude is like, so how much is it? And then Dora is like, hey, how much do you charge to teach an hour? And I was like, I don't know. And then he was like, it's $100 for the hour. And they said, okay. I was like, what?
Like, that's a whole month. That's a whole month at the ice.
$100 in 1 hour. I get to this thing, I finish, I was like, I couldn't believe it. So I was like, okay, when is it? It's like tomorrow. It was a Friday, so it was Saturday the following day. I was like, okay, cool. Like, I made some random routine, whatever. I went to teach it with pride. I finished. And then he even offered to come pick me up after. And I was like, nah, it's cool. I'll get a cab. Got a cab. And I remember the following day, I went back and I was like, hey, how much do I owe you? And I was like, nah, it's yours. Bro, like, that is the sickest thing that has ever happened. When that's when I was like, yeah, it's a real one, dog. Like, because like he wasn't looking to make money off me. He just wanted to help me. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like, and he thought like, yeah, exactly. And he thought like I was worth $100 for the hour. And that's how I stopped doing ice. That was the last day. I was like, nah, I'm cool. If this dance thing can make $100 an hour, I'm all about that dance thing. And that was the last $100 I made for the next 4 years.
Everyone's like waiting like to hear the big like, oh yeah, so now every time.
That was the only one. That was the only one that pulled up. And I remember teaching these boys for like $10. But it was better because I'm now doing what I love, and we used to ride our bikes always, like wherever. So like it'd be like Braeside all the way across town to the village to go teach for $10.
Trekking across town.
Ride back thing, and like there'll be like nights that we'd go practice, and then that's when we started a crew, 8 count, blah blah blah. And it's like, and then we met Michelle. Yeah. And then it kind of like, yeah, like that's a conversation for another day if you have time. But yeah, literally. And yours? Like what? Like after the whole Ziva thing, like you got on your thing,
So I'm working for Dusty, making my $5 a week, and then my uncle, the same one who had paid for the design school that time, he then offered. He was like, "Come work at my ad agency." Okay. So I stayed there for about 7 years, 5 to 7 years, and then I left there, and then I started working for Text Color, and that was That was really nice.
Also,
Thoroughly enjoyed that. Yeah,
Nice.
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Nice. That's quite interesting. Like
Yeah.
it's like I don't know. Like it's just these things that people go through that like no one actually knows what the story is.
Yeah,
You know, like I remember, like I was saying, like I met the guy that used to be the delivery guy, the driver
For the
that we used to deliver with the other day, and just like how the hell, like what? So do you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
it's actually impossible to think that this ice scooper, I've never seen him since the last day he left. He just left without saying much. Like, do you know what I mean? Like I didn't like leave with the big exit plan, like, okay guys, I'm not coming back, or I just never came back. I just never went back. And I remember those were my goals. I remember saying like, oh man, maybe if I work for this ice company. And then his dad had a key cutting company. I was like, maybe if I move from ice, then like maybe he will give me a job with the key company, blah blah blah, and I'll be able to make like at least like $150 a month. But like it's just quite crazy what one moment can do for your mindset.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Like thinking back now, I remember I carried my art portfolio, if you know, like the A0 size, A1, A0 size, and I went to all the preschools and nurseries that were in and around Greendale. Like I was literally walking up and down by foot, and I won't forget, I went to this one where like you could see in like to the gauge, when it's just like the bars, yes. And then I was like, hi, sorry, I'd like to show you my portfolio, like if you need an art assistant, anything to help you out, something to do on the other days. And this lady came and said, no, we're not taking anyone, don't want to see you. But she said it very rude to the point where I walked home crying, and I was just like,
man,
you almost feel like you're a pest for wanting to have employment or like make money for yourself. So yeah, it come a long way. At least now if someone
that fucked me up.
if someone undervalues you
man, that's
now
not nice. No, that's not nice. And I think and I think it comes back to the reason like why this whole conversation starts. Like the whole thing of talking into this camera and talking to a random stranger that has never met who we are. Like we put ourselves in front of you guys just to let you know, like, bro, we're just regular people, bro. Like regular people. Like we're not pretending to be anyone that's cooler than the next person or anything, but it's just to share these stories or share these experiences and back and forth with you guys.
In the hopes that we can help you.
Someone like figure out that like, hey man, this is not the worst thing that can this will pass.
This too shall pass.
Yeah. Like it's like everyone, like you're gonna get your break. You're gonna like, you know what I mean? Like obviously everyone's life is not there's no blueprint for how to do life.
Exactly.
But like if you have some hope and some sort of encouragement from external forces that have no what can I call it, like no attachment to you, because like if your mom is telling you that or your dad is telling you that, don't worry, it'll work, you most probably don't believe them because they're your parents and you feel like they just there to tell you whatever you want to hear. But apart from that, guys, like our channel is literally just to share what life is for us, like
based on our experiences,
literally.
And the good thing is we're learning every day, so we're always gonna have something to talk about, something to discuss. I think especially in Zim, there's not much of a reference point where people can have someone who is open and honest, someone
that's the thing. And I think like some people like I know like there's some cynical people that'll talk about what do they know about being married. Do you know what I mean? Like, no,
and
but
we're proud to say we know
nothing.
Exactly. That is what this channel is about.
That's what it is about.
Join us on the exploration
like, literally,
of nothing.
Like it's like literally that's what it is. And like if you're that cynical person, like, come on, bro, like it's like I don't know, man. You need help. But like that's legit like what this channel is about. And sometimes like it can be disheartening, like knowing what other people think of you because like you're expressing or like you're at least like putting your family out there to like portray to play this role of an open book, so to speak, because like there's not that, like obviously there's things that we don't share with you because we know where the limit is.
Yeah.
But we try and share as much as possible because it's going to help someone, and we learn from other couples as well.
Yeah.
That are willing to share
their
with
insights.
us. You know what I mean?
Shouldn't be like this closed door where you don't really have insight going into it. Not just marriage, but just adulting. You know, like going into your career, all this kind of stuff. It shouldn't be something where you leave the next person to drown and be like, okay, they're gonna figure it out. Let me not help them out. You know, that kind of thing.
Ah man, I hate the cynical people.
Yeah.
I actually don't like them at all. Like, and you know what the thing is, and I hate might be a very strong word, but like they rub me the wrong way because it's like you choose to post something because it's your it's your choice.
Yeah.
Legitimately, like it's your choice to choose to post whatever the hell you want to post. If you then judge the next person for trying to do something positive because you just don't agree with it, oh man, you need help. Lots of counseling. But yeah, anyway, this is not a therapy session. This is not anything, but we just wanted to share like where our journey started.
Yeah.
Well, as individuals.
Yes.
But from shoving ice for $5 a day, and you assisting with art for $5 a day
a week.
You see, but like exactly.
Yeah, yeah.
Where was the other hustle? What were you doing Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
I was walking around in my portfolio trying to get money.
And people were being horrible. You see, that's the problem. All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning into our channel.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for subscribing. And if you haven't subscribed yet,
please subscribe. We're so close to 2K.
I know, right?
I'm so optimistic, guys. So 1.1.
I know, right?
See, that's how you must look at life.
Exactly.
We're so close.
We're so close. Super close. But anyway.
Okay, it's time.
Here we go. I'm not going to say anything because you guys say I try and trick her. I'm not.
Let's do it.
I know what you're going to do.
I'm going to close my eyes.
Nope.
What?
Let's go.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Oh! Oh!
All right, fine. Okay. Now I'm losing my mojo, guys. I'm losing it.
Lisa.